For today, I would like to talk about being on YouTube for a year. This time last year, on December 14, 2023, I decided to upload my very first video reacting to a movie trailer called IF. That's an acronym for Imaginary Friend. I haven't seen it since then. I try my best to not really rewatch what I've done. I just kind of do better than I did before, if that makes sense. And I've never thought I would do this to share my thoughts of being on YouTube for a year. But I figured just in case somebody out there is curious about being on YouTube and wants some perspective and ideas of what to expect and if it's a good choice or anything like that. So I figured I'd go ahead and do that today and give you my opinions and my perspectives and advice on it. So before I get started, kind of give you the background of why I created this channel. So I've been watching YouTube content for a long time. I would say I started doing really hardcore watching videos probably after the Last Jedi debacle, when I realized that, other opinions on news media was stupid and didn't make no sense, and I realized there's a lot more people that has unfiltered opinions about movies and shows. So I started watching other creators on there, and I started enjoying them, and to this day I still watch them. Well, I always thought if I could do that or not, right? So I wrestled the idea for years. I came close actually making a YouTube channel in 2020. I actually did, but I kind of got rid of the idea of that particular channel. It just didn't feel right at the time. But I still put the idea on the shelf that I'm going to make a YouTube channel. And mostly, I still was debating on if it'd be like a commentary kind of channel or just a movie review channel or what. So in 2023, I decided I'm going to make a movie channel, reviews and, stuff like that, and stick to that, right? So upload that. And my whole idea was I'm going to give it 3 months. If I really don't like it or it just doesn't feel good or just with me, I was just go ahead and just end it and delete the whole channel. Well, 2 months roll by, 3 months roll by, 6 months roll by, and today's a year. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying it. Now, is it a struggle? It depends what you mean the struggle. It is a interesting thing, and I'll give you an example. Like I said before, I was watching YouTube videos. I wasn't creating YouTube channels. But once I started creating my own kind of content on this platform, my perspective of videos changed. I'll give you an example. Before I would watch a video, somebody doing reviews or any type of video, I would just see it for what it was. But now I see it in a different lens. Like, oh, that person done that. That's an interesting take. Or they should do that. That'd probably help them a lot. Or fix the background or fix the audio. Stuff like that. Not to be mean to them, but back in my head I was like, okay. And I'll learn as I go. And also too, I followed a lot of creators on this platform, and they would share things on live streams that I remember that was very helpful. Especially like, watch what you say, buzzwords could, demonetize your channel, and you couldn't, terms of service, stuff like that you learn over the years. And that's basically what I put that on, like I said, on the shelf to remember just in case I need it. And being on this platform for a year, I absolutely love it. It's not my full-time job, it's a hobby. Now, if you are curious about being, a full-time creator and this is your full-time job, you can do it 100%. But just know it's not going to be easy peasy. You have to put a lot of work into it. And I used to say this in a previous video. You might see that I complain when people say they're getting burnt out on YouTube. I was like, oh boy, here's another person burnt out, But I think being on YouTube for a year, I understand it now. Because you have to pace yourself. Don't go all in. You have to find a rhythm. You have to find, a way of having a work-life balance, because this is your income. This is your job. You're not clocking out at 5 o'clock or having weekends off. You can, but your YouTube channel will suffer. You have to have a little bit of being faithful to the craft of what you want to do. Now, I suggest if whatever you want to do, make sure you love it. If it's talking, showing movies, or showing video clips of like video games or commentary or political stuff, whatever it is, I would say you have to love it. Love it for, today and when you're, 10 years from now. Now, some YouTube channels has changed because they change. But still find something that's kernel of truth of who you are and what's changed. Not much, right? And make something that can be evergreen, right? Movie reviews, I don't know if they're evergreen, but some people are curious about a movie before they watch it. I'm that kind of person. And also, too, think about this. How I view it is I would want to create a video that I want to watch, right? And I give you an example, and this really pushed me to the edge of creating my own channel. So I stated earlier that I followed many people on this platform and got their opinions, or got to see what their opinions on certain topics or movies or shows. And after a while, they would talk about the same movie or production company over and over and over, and never really talk about any other new movies, or if they did talk about movies, they didn't like it. They didn't. Every movie that come on the AAA name, they don't like it. And I was just it was cool for a while, but after a while, I was like, I want something new. I want a different. I'm the kind of person, I like variety of movies. I like horror. I like superheroes. I like drama. I like them all. And I always think when I was younger to be when I found out you can be a critic and get paid, like, that would be a pretty cool job to have, to really watch a movie and give you an opinion of why you didn't like it and why this didn't work. And I always thought that was kind of cool. And these people that they would just talk about the same thing over and over again, and I didn't get much out of it. So I was like, you know what? Heck it, I'm going to do it myself. And that really motivated me to create this channel. Now, so if you're curious about doing it, I recommend finding a name for your channel, of course, that nobody else has a name. Something that's easy to search for, easy to spell, and easy to remember. And that's the reason Popcorn Cobra, for myself, it just sounds cool. It has a good ring to it. It's easy to spell and easy to find on the platform. And I just recommend that as well. But the main thing is this. The first, I'm still learning. I mean, I only have 196 subs, and I'm so thankful, but I didn't get that overnight. I had 0 at first. And I had to find out my particular voice, what I liked. And you can see all the different types of videos that I try to do, thumbnails, opinion pieces, movies, and how I edit, how I do things. It was a little different, but I was trying to find what fits for me. I'll give you an example. What you're seeing now, me doing the voiceover while I'm pretending I'm typing on the screen, that's what I like. I decided to do something different because when you're in this movie review arena, everybody's doing the same thing. They look at the screen, they talk to a mic, get your opinions, and do B-roll of the trailer, so on and so forth, like that. And that's fine. People make a great living in that, and I didn't want to be like them. I want to do something different. I want something that I could say it's a little bit off the beaten path, if that makes sense. So I had this idea that I'm going to do what you see now, and the first 3 videos that I've done has reached about 100 views, and that's a lot for me, and I am very thankful for that, because the other reviews of movies that I have, some kind of, it depends, like some get 40, some get 20, some got like 15. And I was like, okay, that's cool, and that happens. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it hurt your feelings. You just gotta think, all right, we'll just keep on going, and that's my mentality. I'm gonna keep on going. My goal is 1,000 subs and get monetized, and that's it. I'm not trying to get 100,000. I'm not trying to get 1 million. I'm just trying to have some people that's like-minded like myself to enjoy, talk about movies and shows and disagree and get perspectives of people why they didn't like it, stuff like that. That's what I love about this. Now, if I ever got to the point that this journey becomes a full-time job and I'm loving it, of course, I'll probably take it more serious. I would probably it'd be more stressful, but I would try my best to keep a balance, because you have to, I'll give you an example. Some people on YouTube, they have like a 20, 30, 40 people on a production, and they get stressed out because they have to, they get the money in, then they have to pay them people and make more movies, documentaries, movies, whatever, or they have to do it every Friday or every Saturday, and it's a lot of stress. And you have to make sponsor videos for people who pay for a ad on their videos. I can imagine the stress of that. And for myself, if my channel ever gets that big, I might consider it. But I heard one YouTuber said something I'll never forget. He said, keep it small so you can keep it all. And I know that sounds kind of selfish, but it's legit the truth. Keep it small, one or two people, and then you can be able to, have that buffer of, I don't have to have, my money's not all going out, it's more coming in than out, right? And still have a balance of, workload of helping yourself and people help what you're doing, and have a kind of a very small group of people that be able to do it. But some people want it all. They want a big production company, right? And that's fine, I guess. But for myself, I always like the small YouTubers, because most of this journey, even before I started myself, I always like to support the 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, or 10,000, about the 100,000 rim. But usually when a YouTuber gets about 500,000 or 2 million above, not all, but some of them, I'm like, okay, I'm out. They got enough. They got enough support. They got enough super chats. They get enough subs and views. And a lot of times I don't really interested in what they say, because I already know what they're gonna say by the thumbnail and by the title of their video. So that's the thing too, is you really have to find, the hardest thing for myself, I can't speak for you of course, is it was hard for me to find my voice. Find something that I enjoy and hopefully people out there enjoy. Now I'm still learning how to kind of give my opinion, my perspective. Sometimes I have certain, one video I rewatch and I say, it was excellent. I probably said excellent like 20 times in a sentence, because I was really pumped about the movie. It was my genuine reaction after watching it. That's some movies too, if it's very, very deep, I might wait a day or two before I actually get a reaction to it, to have more flush out my opinions of that movie or show. But all in all, if you're curious about it, especially if you're an older adult like myself, like a Gen Xer or like that, 100% do it. But just don't compare yourself to anybody else. You have your own style. Find your fingerprint. Find something that you enjoy, and maybe and you'll eventually find people that will like it. I'll give you an example before I go. Many times I've been curious about reaching out to a bigger creator for assistance. So when I mean by assistance, give me a shout out, right? But I just don't feel good about it, right? I might be able to grow, but I might get maybe 2-3 subs. But another person that I follow said, he's like, I can probably shout you out, and you might get a bump of subs, but you have to keep those subs. And that stuck with me longer, because he might talk about something that I don't talk about, and his subs come over here, and they go unsubscribe in 6 months because I don't talk about how he talks about it. Make sense? So I still don't. That's just me. I want to earn everybody's subscription. I want to earn their respect. I want them to enjoy my perspective. They might not agree with my perspective, but they are curious what I think about this particular subject or movie or show. And that's how I am. That's what I go to the interwebs to see a certain creator and see what he or she thinks. But anyways, I probably went longer than I expected. But again, in closing, if you are really thinking about doing it, do it. But just think, how can I say this? It's fun, but make it fun. But once it starts becoming a job, and it'll be a job sooner or later when you get successful, just keep a balance. And especially if you start getting money, don't start buying things left and right. Keep that money as a nest egg. And I'll tell you why. And I always say this, YouTube is not guaranteed. They can change a policy, change something, and you will lose viewership in an instant. So that's the reason you have to always have a plan B, C, D, F, G. And everybody and brother, as you can see, goes and say, well, if you want more content, go on Patreon. I ain't that big yet. Eventually, I might got to do that, like, if I do a reaction of watching a movie or something. But it's just like, dude, everybody wants money from other external sites. For myself, I just keep it small, and hopefully I can keep all of 195 people that likes my content. But that's enough for today. But I just figure I encourage anybody out there, if you are curious about YouTube, I hope this helps. And I guess I might do another year later, or maybe 5 years later. I don't know. It depends how I feel. But all right, I think I'm done for today, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. See you later.